I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just look good to tell. I'll just do it in front of her, shouldn't I?
Going! He's kept going! He's scored! Oh, Stockport pressure. And a superb goal! Johnny did it! Lisa! Rose tries to get the ball in. Wilkinson!
The ball at home. His first goal in 13 games.
Towards Sars making his own goal.
Hampton for the score. Oh, Paddy Madden. It's a 5-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we got a small house, a small house, but we got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
And much like the North, we are back. Yes, hello and welcome to the long-awaited 107th episode of SK3 TV, the show for the thinking county fan. Just as long as that county fan's thinking, oh my god, I was so excited for a fresh start, but now it seems Ollie Norwood is going to be wearing number 10, and now I want everything to burn. Yes, we are SK3 TV, back with you every week until the end of time. That's exciting, isn't it? What wasn't rhetorical, lads. Thank you. It's been a month, but it feels so much longer. In that time, we've had ins and outs, both real and rumoured, as well as 2 out of 3 new kits and all sorts of other stuff. So we've got all of that to come for the next hour. We'll break it all up with a very special edition of what we have rechristened as the random county goal of the week, as sourced by Chris Eaton. So, phone check, headphones check, coffee check, fruity vape check. But seems to have mislaid my fill bin. Oh wait, there he is. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. Look, I'm very sorry I was late. I was having some technical issues, which is somewhat ironic for a technical support manager. But it happens to the best of us, doesn't it? But it's great to be back. So close to the start of the season now, and so much to discuss.
A lot to discuss. So with that in mind, we thought it could not possibly be discussed by just 2 people. Hell, even 3 isn't enough, one might say. But we've got a third. It's Will. Hello, mate.
Hello, how is everybody?
Wonderful. I was until squad number chat started reaching our ears. And really appalling.
So is this actually happening then?
So people have gone to buy new shirts and asked for names and numbers. Hopefully not grown men. Hopefully it's children. But people have asked for names and numbers on the back, and people who've asked for Norwood have been told it'll be Norwood 10 on the back, which is absolutely. I mean, I don't want to start off the new season, the football season, not season as in the American term for series, because it's just all one thing. Yeah. Don't want to start just starting off all that optimism, and I'm already just like, oh, it's really put a dampener on things for me. I didn't want to start the new season being all negative, but it's one of the worst things to happen to the club.
Number 10, but with the captain's armband on his arm alongside Lewis Bate, then I'll take the number 10 as a. All right, but you've got the armband on, no problem.
Look, I love how you're taking no prisoners on that matter straight away. Just straight in with that.
He's not happy with me, so I will continue the.
No, I love that. Big fan of that. Big fan of that.
You may be disappointed, Dave, because I'm fairly sure on the club website Bate is still down as captain.
But
on
Norwood
the new
was captain in
profile
Benatar.
pictures. This is true, he was. With Bate on the pitch as well, I believe.
Bate never touched the ball, did he? He was running after Ollie for 45 minutes trying to get the armband off him. We are back.
God, we're so bloody back. And we are back largely thanks to the guys at Blackbird Kitchen, who we are proudly sponsored by. Go to their website in the episode description. Other stuff. What other stuff is there? Oh, yes, like and subscribe. I need to start making you say that now, Dave, actually. You've had a month to practice that and haven't. So from now, I am never, ever again going to be the one to tell people to like, rate, review, and subscribe. From next week, you'll be doing that. So be prepared. So, getting into it for the next 50 minutes or so. Normally, we like to go sort of chronologically, because we're covering normally during the season, we'll be covering what's happened in the previous week. So we'll start with what's happened first, and we'll go in order. Now, we've got a month's worth of stuff to cover. I thought, how can we do it? I wanted to. I always make notes and stuff, and I made a list of what needs covering and tried to put it in order. I was like, well, no, you can't. You can't. So we're spinning a random wheel today. There are seven. There's 7 topics on there. So I mean, just spin it and see what comes out first, and we'll chat about that, and then we'll move on. It's like speed dating. We're all going to collectively take a lover this evening.
Oh,
and our lover is going to be the beautiful rumps of County News. How does that sound? Right, let's spin the wheel. Oh,
and it's got a noise.
this is riveting stuff.
What a start! We have started with England. Dave, go. Thomas Tuchel is a liar. Discuss.
Thomas Tuchel is a liar. Let's go back to when Thomas Tuchel firstly took the job and publicly criticised Gareth Southgate or his teams by saying they were scared to lose and they didn't go and win. Fast forward to the semi-finals of the World Cup against Argentina, and we came out the blocks and we thought, oh, we're not afraid of losing here. We are trying to win. All of a sudden, we go 1-0 up. We could have gone and got a second, but we didn't. He was scared to lose or scared to not win and ended up not winning by making disastrous substitutions. And now we're hearing, by the way, it's the best England done in a World Cup because they finished third. Now, that wasn't a thing when Southgate was in charge. You weren't allowed to say things like that because it was winning or failure. So, yeah, I think he's going to stay in post, isn't he, for the home Euros? But he's got my card marked now. That's it. He's don't like him. No, and I did like him. And another thing as well, just one more thing. Oh, he went defensive because we showed we could do it against Mexico. Yeah, Mexico, we were down to 10 men. We had to do it against Mexico. We didn't have to do it against Argentina. I know. Let's give the best crosser of the ball in the world time and space to cross it in 20 times before they score one and then let them score again.
Meanwhile, the second best crosser of the ball in the world was sat on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
So well done, everyone. Something that I'm just picking on something that Dave mentioned there about it being our most successful World Cup since '66. In that sense, Will, do you think there are a lot of parallels between England this summer and County last season? In the sense that it was, by all metrics, it was a hugely successful campaign, but you were just left very cold at the end of it. Is that fair?
I think there's probably an element of that, yeah. I have to admit, this is the most attached I've felt from England in a long time. I got really back into watching England under Southgate. And then I just think that the media, and even, well, I say the media, kind of the fan discourse around Southgate really poisoned me against daring to care anymore. And I was just like, this is the most well-coached England team of my lifetime. And everybody turned around and went, Gareth Southgate can't coach. So we went out and got somebody who is supposed to be a really good coach in Thomas Tuchel. Now, yeah, he's taken us as far as Southgate did. You could argue that he's gone one further by winning one extra game that was, to be honest with you, a joke of a game, but in a fun way.
I saw someone, it might have been Jimmy Stevens actually, said it was like looking through the fence at Power League. which is the most spot-on assessment I've ever seen of any football match ever. It was mental.
But yeah, in terms of kind of that empty feeling of it, I think I was already empty before it all began, whereas last season with County, it got progressively more of a bit of a slog.
By January, I was checked out. I was fully knackered by it all.
Like, even, like, had 2 trips to Wembley and lost both and wasn't surprised at losing both. it just, yeah, I definitely do see where you're coming from. I just think for me with England, I was already feeling quite. In fact, I would say actually for me it was the inverse, because the only time in this tournament where I actually started to get into it was when we went 1-0 up against Argentina, and I thought, oh, we've spent the entire tournament being gung ho and not worrying about defending and not worrying about being safe, and we've had a complete lack of control throughout the entire tournament. So I thought, okay, we're not going to sit back on this, surely. We're going to keep going, and we're going to try and get a second. We're going to get a third, and we're going to. This Argentina side are crap. And then we just got progressively deeper and deeper and deeper. And in the sense of what it's been like watching County at times, to be honest, the last 2 or 3 years, we take a 1-0 lead and then we just get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And yeah, it didn't work well for us. So yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though, Tuchel after the Argentina game said it's the England DNA. It always happens when they go 1-0 up, but to be fair to him, in the space of 4 days, he changed the DNA of decades of English football and went and scored 4 against France in half an hour. So I mean, look, you got to give him some credit.
Well, yeah, but I just. Yeah, when I heard he'd said that, I just thought, but you're the coach. It's up to you to trust your players to not have to sit back and sit deep. But that France game was phenomenal. Like, it was so obvious in the first half that the French players didn't care about that game. And then all I can assume is that Deschamps got them in the dressing room at half time and went, you do realise we're playing England, right? Like, you do realise.
And this is his last game as manager. He's like, are we going out like this?
And actually, on Deschamps and also on Tuchel, I think Didier Deschamps is the most stereotypically French-looking man I've ever seen in my life. Closely followed by Thomas Tuchel being the most stereotypically German-looking man I think I've ever seen. There was a clip of him doing the rounds, like saying stuff on the touchline. He's like, all limbs and mouth all over the place, and I just thought that is the most German-looking I think I've ever seen anybody. I mean, I have no beef with Thomas Tuchel, and in the sense that he has taken us as far as Southgate did, I think that's to be commended, given how badly England had been for years. But he is there to take us to the next level. Like, Southgate was there to restore some pride in England. That was his remit, and he got us the furthest we'd ever got since 1966. Thomas Tuchel's remit is to go and win a tournament. You know, there is a difference in the baseline of where these two managers were appointed. And so I just think he has to deliver or he's failed. Whereas I think he could beat what Southgate did again. And, well, he can't with the Euros, but let's say he got another World Cup. I could see him getting to a World Cup final. And for me, he wouldn't have succeeded unless he won, because that is the only reason he's been brought in.
I've got a vision of, because the Nations League is coming up, and it's actually quite interesting this time round, because we're up against Spain and Croatia, which adds a bit of something to it in terms of looking how much we've progressed. But it just stinks to me of Thomas Tuchel absolutely seeing his arse after a couple of insipid performances and just resigning halfway through the campaign. It genuinely stinks of it for me. I did enjoy, while we're talking about club managers in international management, Jurgen Klopp taking over Germany, and essentially in his first press conference being like, right, if you come for me or my family, I'm quitting. I've seen how managers get treated by the press. If you do that to me, you're fucked. Fantastic. What a man.
I mean, I do think it requires a different skill set. I actually didn't realise that Klopp had become Germany manager, but everybody bangs on about, Pep for England. And I just keep thinking, he drills his teams week in, week out on the training ground. He takes players and he doesn't let them. He doesn't build teams where players express themselves. He builds teams where everybody has a specific job to do and they all work and they all move cohesively as a unit. You're not going to be able to do that when all you get is 2 weeks here and there and then a couple of weeks before a tournament. So for all the talk of Pep supposedly the best coach in the world, I don't see him being a success as a national team manager.
No. And it looks like he could be taking the Italy job, apparently.
Really?
Like, he's like their number one choice, and they've had talks and stuff like that. But that's enough of it. I really wanted England to come up either first or last on the wheel. I didn't want to get loads of county chat and then have to break off and talk about England.
Well, I'm glad we didn't finish with it. So I think that's a perfect start.
We can put that in a box for 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, or until he sees his arse and resigns. Let's spin the wheel again, then. Ooh. And we are on kits brackets general. Will, talk to me.
I like the home kit.
Yeah.
I wish the pattern continued all the way on the back.
Yeah.
I'm weirdly less bothered because, like, with this one, they've sort of tried to continue it at the bottom and then had the panel for the name and number, and it does look less cheap than just a whole back panel that's blank. However, France's national, and I know this is Nike versus Puma, but France's national team shirt, the pattern continued on the back with nice big bold white numbers and letters. You'll be able to read them clearly. I don't buy this idea that, oh no, you have to have the pattern not be there.
Is it not EFL rules that though?
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure that you don't have to have a completely blank panel on the back. But it might be EFL rules. I could be wrong. Nobody said that to me. But overall, I really like the shirt. As with a number of the Puma shirts, I feel like it's let down by some small details. But I'll probably end up getting it. Do I wait until there's a sale again? Probably. But yeah, home shirt, like it. New away shirt, the black shirt. I want to see it in person, but I am not particularly impressed with the photos that I've seen, sadly.
No. What I did, I mean, I'll be doing. I think me and Ben are going to, once the third kit's out, me and Ben are going to do a little Twitter space as we did last year, chatting about the kits and stuff. And one thing that popped up when we did them last year, a pet hate of both myself and Ben, is all this bump that goes along with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where it's all, inspired. I mean, with the black one, inspired by Animo Fide, it's just. You
Means
just put
nothing.
words together here. Yeah, it's absolutely nonsense. But what I did really enjoy with the home kit was this talk of it belonging to the people of Stockport, and the way it was first showcased was just people walking around in it at a big Stockport event. Absolutely love that. Fantastic. More of that. But obviously they can't do that again because it's been done now. And I think there's a real reticence to stick to a formula when it comes to kit launches. So it'll be something different next year. But if they think about it the way they have with that, then it could be good. But yes, home kit, big fan of that. Can especially compared to last year's, which I hated. Couldn't stand that home kit last year. We mentioned on here a couple of months back that there was talk of something Parma influenced. So I had a load of messages when the kit got released. You said it was Parma influenced. It's like, well, no, they've done that on the training tops. The training top is the Parma influence thing. And it seems as though it's like well, it's not even a training top. It's more of a pre-match thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's gonna be one for each kit, which I'm quite liking. That's it's good. It's good.
When they first released the training wear or the match day wear, they showed it as the home one as long sleeves, and it looked absolutely awful. But then when you see them wearing it in short sleeves, I really like it. In fact, I prefer both of the training versions that they've released than the shirts themselves. I've not seen any in the flesh properly, so yeah, like you just said, Will, probably wait until some get reduced. But I'll get one of the training ones, get the kids one. But it's one of them. See what the third one's like. Orange, if we go off what the club shop patterns are saying.
It seems, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
So let's just say
which I already know I
orange.
won't like. I never like the
Orange
bright
with
coloured
Vita
ones
written
or the
on it,
fluorescent ones.
Too big. And yeah, V-neck most likely.
It
Bit boring
it
this year.
does seem to be the last year with Puma though.
Hopefully. But I swear
Although I'm pretty sure I said this a year ago.
Running. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've heard that the contract ends this year for the last 3 years. There's been some good kits with Puma, but they've all felt like they're just missing something, and it would be nice to see. I'd quite like Adidas just because they've got a presence in the town already. But obviously this new thick stripe that they were doing at the World Cup, that can get
what's going on there?
Yeah, awful that. But
Salford's kits, I must say, Salford's new kits are absolutely lovely. Apart from the badge, of course.
Are they Adidas? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love a bit of Adidas.
They've gone back to tangerine, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
And change the badge away from that awful clip art thing that they had before. I mean, fair play to them. I've been saying for a long time that if they did that, I'd sort of soften towards them a little bit, go back to sort of their roots, because they were a traditional non-league club for a long time. But I do still think that to really go back to their roots, they belong back in non-league.
And not only that, they were originally set up for Man City fans who lived in lived in Salford and didn't want to support United. People who lived in Salford and weren't United fans. That's basically essentially why Salford City were formed. Yeah, so for them to get taken over by a load of ex-United players and change everything to red was a bit galling.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else on kits before up in price? I believe this year.
I was just going to mention price. It's gone up in price by I think £5 for adults. Well, across the board, but I think £50 for a junior football shirt, whatever level any football club is at, is starting to take a little bit of the piss.
Especially when you consider that the ones buying kid sizes are probably going to want to customize it as well. They're going to want the sleeve patches and names and numbers and stuff, which bumps it up.
And there is also the fact that you buy a kit at the start of the season and they've outgrown it by the end of the season. Correct. So yeah, it's a little bit galling. God, I don't have kids. Sorry, Dave.
You can have one of Dave's if you want.
Just buy one kit, and then look at it first, and then by February it'll fit Oscar. Then he's in 5 years.
That's a good idea. That you should do a video about that.
Just wait for them to go on Vinted. They'll be on Vinted at the end of the season for a tenner.
Yeah, they will.
Oh yeah,
they will. They'll be in the club shop for a tenner at the end of the season.
Yeah, they'll be there as well. Yeah.
Now, what we do have though is the testimonial shirt, as mentioned by Ben Hinchliffe at the event at Basque the other week. Execution, Dave. How are you feeling about it?
I had higher hopes than what maybe has been produced. Let's call it what it is. It's a green county top with a picture of Cheadland on it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I do like the on the back. It's got his honours that he's won with us. I really like that touch. I don't like that you got to pay to have Hinchliffe one on the back. I think you would assume that would have come along as it's his testimonial shirt, but the actual design. It is what it is. I'll buy one, but I was expecting better. I think as a one-off shirt, and he was so excited, wasn't he, in his interview, saying how much he's had to do with it. But then again, what was I expecting? I don't know. I just thought a bit more.
Yeah. I wonder if you can go and get Adai 34 on the back of it. When you're getting it printed, can you be like, actually, mate, no, put the H away.
Probably drop it as you were putting it in the machine.
And we can say that now. It's fine.
The ticket office.
Anything else kit wise before I spin the wheel again?
Keeper kits look good. To be fair, this year.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah. I was hoping for the Palmer influence one that Man City have gone with. The one time I want us to copy Man City and we don't.
Yeah. I think just quickly on Ben's shirt, it does sort of show a little bit why footballers aren't usually included in designing football kits. I do think the back is really nice. The images in the number one, the honours, as Dave, as you mentioned. I think if I was to get one, I don't think I will. I would just frame it and just have the back visible. Weirdly, I think if the whole of the front had been the Cheadland, I think I would have liked that more. I think it's the fact that it just sort of it sits halfway. There's just something about that kind of put me off a little bit.
Doesn't lend well to tucking it in, does it then?
No, it doesn't. But no, I think if I was currently gainfully employed, I'd be more inclined to get one just as a kind of, it's for Ben. But yeah, I don't think it's for me, really.
Don't sell yourself short, mate. OnlyFans and feet pictures counts as gainful employment. You pay tax on it.
Yes. Thanks, Nick.
Fine.
That is exactly what I
Fine.
needed to hear.
On his shirt, he was in the club shop, wasn't he? For a couple of hours on the release date. So I took the kids down. I didn't buy a shirt, but it could be their last chance. Just anyway, I had a little chat with him. So I said, 5 more years playing, we winding everybody up with that. And he said no. He was possibly 2 days away from signing for another club as their keeper. And when it came to it, he couldn't leave. When he had the offer, he couldn't leave. But he's really excited to be staying.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. That club was Wigan by all accounts.
Oh, really? Interesting. Because I'd heard Salford.
Yeah, I think there was interest there, but Wigan was like a serious offer, like replacing Tickle. He's obviously gone to, is it Bristol City? He's gone to.
Yes.
God, I'm glad he didn't go to Salford.
Yeah. I just think it is a shame that his hamstring went season before last, because I'm convinced he'd still be our number one if it hadn't. I also think we might have gone up last season, because I do think he lost the step last season. I think when Adai came back in, it was for a good reason, and that is Ben wasn't cutting it, and it was very different to when Adai was brought in his first season, when it was just a case of we've bought a new number one, and then we very quickly had to say, oh no, we have 2 number ones, because it turns out this one's not as good. But yeah, I do think it's a massive shame, because I think he could have easily kept playing, even with the hamstring injury. I just don't think he was quite there at this level anymore. It would have been interesting to see how he'd have done at Wigan, but yeah, I'm glad he plays this with year. County.
We're going to see him playing the Virtue.
Well, so this is interesting, because obviously there's a precedent for this. This tends to happen where an experienced goalkeeper coach will be registered as a player. The interesting thing is, we will never find out unless it happens, because when the squad list is published, you don't have to publish your goalkeepers.
No.
So we won't find out until the day it happens. It could be like when Paul Scholes came out of retirement that time, and he just popped up on the team sheet for a 12:30 Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And imagine me waking up that morning still pissed and thinking, I'll put... And I thought I'd gone into some like Twilight Zone thing. I thought it was like an episode of Black Mirror. I thought, what's going on? What's happened? He's wearing number 28. That's not his number. Oh, very confusing. So that's something to keep an eye on throughout the season. That's very exciting.
What number do we think Ben would take? Because obviously,
that's the thing.
Do we think he goes 34? Do you think
no. I'd imagine Adai's still got 34.
He's not.
But it's just been a loan.
I know he's out on loan, but we've had other players go out on loan, and their numbers have got I think Ryan Rydell was still going to be 17 last season, and then we loaned him out.
No, he changed to 23.
Oh, he had already changed it. Okay, but I'm
23, which is a good, solid second choice left back number. I like that. 3 and 23 for your left backs. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
And one more thing before we spin the wheel. What a fantastic first piece of work as a head of goalkeeping to get rid of the bloke who replaced you. I just think it's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's some like mafia stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
you're not.
It's fair to say Adai was going to be gone either way.
Definitely.
And he's up to his old tricks again in a friendly match for Burton Albion. I watched that goal and thought, yep, seen that several times in a county shirt. And he's not learning. And I think that's my biggest issue, is that if we'd seen an end to that sort of thing, I was more than happy for him to step up and be the new number one. I've said it from the beginning that I hoped he would be. But he's just the fact that he made that same mistake again in the most important match of the season for us. It's like, nah, it's time to move on. Draw a line under it.
I really enjoyed after he made that mistake on his debut for Burton. I enjoyed the people, the county fans sharing it and saying, "Oh God, is that a dying goal?" Like, why do you do? Of course, look at him. Of course, it's him. He's 6'8", and he just parried a shot into danger. Of course, it's scoring a dying goal. God, some people. Last thing on the kits before we wrap up, because apparently we need to talk about something that annoys me. The teasers for the black kit, where you couldn't see the player's face, you could see a bit of black kit. Why were people thinking it was a signing? Particularly when it was accompanied by an article saying the kit will be available to see. What? Why? Have we fully lost our minds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just click on the article. Literally says, and then even up to like minutes before it being released, people were still speculating that it was going to be a new signing in it. No, stop it! Stop it! Oh, God. Right, what we'll do, we will have... this season we will be rechristening the Random County Non-League Goal of the Week to the Random County Goal of the Week, courtesy of Chris Eaton. He has sourced for us a special for us this time round because, of course, Jordan Keane is retiring after his spell at Southport to concentrate on coaching. Is it the youth setup he's involved with rather than first team, I think? Yeah. So yes, does everyone want to see every goal Jordan Keane ever scored for Stockport County? If you don't,
Absolutely.
you're in trouble. If you don't, avert your
I'm
eyes
keen.
now. I wish I had a good radio bell. I'll get one of them for next time.
Need to get
Excellent.
you
Right, let's have it.
Get Steam Deck thing.
What? I didn't understand all of that.
It's all right. It's fine. Just move on.
That
Just
was
move
just
on. Just move on.
heck words.
Move on.
Mark Zuckerberg over here.
Yeah.
There's the corner for the Hatters, whipped in towards Keane! Far post, heads it home, cool as you like. And that is the icing on the cake. County number 4, to Mates a 0, County 3. Hey, watch Alfie, he's always on the move, always gesturing where he wants the ball. Gilchrist in the same mould. Here's Duxbury's corner, near post, and there's the second goal! Glanced home by Jordan Keane as he ran across the near post. It almost came off before, it has come off now, a second for County. There have been 2 shocking corners, by the way, that one was easily cleared. County throw now. Craig Marn has been named the home man of the match as a shot comes in. This is their 6! What a strike from Jordan Keane, 25 yards from goal. And the Hatters have made it 6 of the best. I cannot believe what I'm watching here. Premier League defender Phil Whelan alongside me in the commentary box for this one. County leading 1-0, looking for their second, and they've got it! What a header from Jordan Keane. Glancing header for his first goal of the season. He can bend this in, left-footed Ryan Rydell. Towards the head of Collar, doesn't reach him, but Keane's there! Oh, what a goal, Jordan Keane! Smashes it into the top corner. It's his first of the season. It's a wonderful goal from Jordan Keane. He's got 2 red shirts for company, but somehow has managed to pirouette out of trouble. Works the ball back to Johnson. Johnson to Sarcevic. Sarcevic finding Keane. Keane on one of those driving runs. He might go for goal here, you know. Oh, my word! What a hit from Jordan Keane! One of the goals of the season. Nobody came to close him down, and he took the opportunity right-footed to smash it from 40 yards off the underside of the crossbar. County have doubled their lead 2-0.
2 things there. One, I have never noticed that camera placement in the Needham Market away highlights before. That's phenomenal. I'm going to need the full 90-minute video of that, please, Dan Powell, ASAP. And secondly, when I think of Jordan Keane in the National League North, I think of him wearing number 6 and being on the right of a back 3. But he wears a number 4 quite a lot there. Forgot about that.
He was midfielder for the first couple of seasons.
Originally, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And that's why he was wearing number 4, because Jim Gannon didn't mess around with squad numbers.
Yeah, because he's not for dickhead.
No, but also, I've forgotten that Jordan Keane only scores bangers.
Yeah.
Like, banger after
There's a man who
banger,
knows a thing or two about scoring bangers against Southport.
And how fitting his opening goal for County was against Southport. He ended his career at Southport.
Yeah.
So Jordan Keane, you are a county legend, double title winner. Congratulations on a fantastic career.
Yeah. Good
Yes.
on him. Good
Well
luck,
said,
Jordan.
Dave.
And we'll see you round the gaff, and you can't
We'll
ask
see you at the
for
under
any more
15s
than that.
Public Cup.
Oh, God,
I
it's coming up,
also
innit?
that Barrow game. I don't know, but I'm fairly sure that might have been one of the ones where a load of young Barrow fans were singing Football League and you fucked it up. And so of course Yellow Block sang it back at them, and then you could see a load of older Barrow fans just sort of going, "Yeah, they're right, yeah." Because it was when we got back into the National League after we'd been in the North, and yeah, just young
And now they've
Barrow
gone and
fans.
done it again. Barrow,
And now
well
they've gone
done,
and done it.
boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
Young Barrow fans not knowing their own history there. Yeah, wouldn't
No, we
happen at
can't.
County.
Oh,
Oh, God, no, absolutely not. Speaking of not knowing your history, let's spin the wheel. Dave, Ben Hinchlife's testimonial.
Right. Settle in. And I got some grief. I said something similar on Facebook and got grief. If you have called yourself, uttered the words, I'm a Stockport County fan in the last 10 years, and you're not on holiday next week, you need to be at Adgerley Park to say goodbye and to say thank you to the greatest servant one of the greatest servants of this football club, one of the greatest players we've ever had. No, not the best player before anybody pipes up. Not the best player, maybe not even the best goalkeeper. The greatest. He's achieved the most that anybody's ever achieved with this football club. And it's looking like the Cheadle end's going to be half empty and the main stand's going to be half empty, with the other stands being shut, apart from the away end, obviously. I don't care that it's a shit friendly against Preston. I don't care that you don't care about friendlies. It's not a friendly. It's a testimonial to celebrate the great man. His last game for us was against Burton, and we can all forget about that one. Now, please, if you're not doing anything, go to the fucking match. And if you're not going, buy a ticket, because it'll be more money for the charity that he's raising money for. He's not taking the money. He's donating it, because that's how great our greatest ever player is. And get yourself to Edgerley Park, wankers.
And it truly, I mean, I didn't think I'd be able to add anything more to that, but just to add an addendum to that, this will probably never happen again. We will probably never have another player for 10 years ever again. It barely happens in football as it is, never mind at one club. This is probably a once in a lifetime thing. You'll probably never get to go to another testimonial. So just do it. And if you can't go, make a donation to the charity or buy a ticket for someone who can't afford to go. God, people! Actually, really excited. I don't normally like pre-season, which we'll get onto when that comes on the wheel. Let's spin.
Hope no one's come on the wheel. That'd be a bit weird.
It's Nick's phone, so someone has.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, we are on transfers brackets actual. Who's confirmed so far? So we've got Glover, we've got Gordon, we've got Watmuff, we have
Got Wood.
Sure.
Have
We've
we
got
signed
Wood.
Wood? Wood to go
We've
with
got-
Watmuff?
very much got Wood. Really want to, Shaun the Dead, where he's going around with the t-shirt saying "I got Wood." Really need to knock out some of them on the outside the Cheadle end before the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
O'Connell,
100%.
also another one.
Owen O'Connell,
O'Connell.
one that very good. That seems to have gone under the radar a bit. People expected him to come in and be a squad player. I'm sorry, a player with his pedigree is not coming here to sit on the bench. I mean, you'd expect he'll be the replacement for Brad Hills until he's back.
Or
So-
until
Yeah.
Pride needs replacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
I
I have been thinking about actually the talk of like we'll never have a player do 10 years again. Wouldn't surprise me if in 6-7 years time Ethan Pye is still here, still being rumoured to be signing for someone else, and suddenly there's an Ethan Pye testimonial. I've just got that vision in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
O'Connell. I think O'Connell's a really smart signing. Like I've seen a lot of people talk about, oh, he didn't improve Barnsley, and I'm like, I don't think Beckenbauer would have improved Barnsley
No.
last season.
No.
Like they were awful at the back, and they were playing O'Keefe as a right winger. Although to be fair, I think he did quite well there for them. But no, I think really solid pro, tends to keep himself fit. We'll see to that. As I believe he's played with McNulty before.
Yeah,
so there'll be a trust there. I'm of all the signings, that's the one that sort of made me go, that's a kind of experienced head that I think this team needs. I think we've got a bit of a spine of that now, because obviously we've got young keepers, so we need experienced head at centre back in front of him. We've got Norwood in the middle. I suppose you probably count Wootton as an experienced head up top as well. Like I think we've got that now. We can have sort of younger, less experienced players with experience lower down, sort of around that spine. I think it's going to serve us quite well.
Not forgetting Chelmsford's Jason Adigun has also been added to the ranks.
Yeah.
Now that happened the day after Mexico in the World Cup. I remember being on a high, even though I was knackered all day, and that signing came through. Now I'm happy about it now, but at the time I thought, I can't get up for that. We just smashed Mexico at the Azteca. I can't get behind this. But then obviously after we lost the World Cup, it comes with all of the signings that we've made. If you look at the losing clubs, none of them really have got a bad word to say about many of these players at all. And I think that says a lot.
And I don't think we can say that last season.
No, it does feel as though the transfer policy we're going for now is what we've been trying to bring in for the last year or two, but we've had a manager who maybe wasn't as willing to work under those circumstances, and maybe developing younger players wasn't as much his thing.
Then again, I don't think even the players that we did bring in were really suited to the manager that we had in place. I think there was a disconnect last season with the recruitment between the recruitment team and the coaching team. Hopefully now, new recruitment team, or at least the new head of that in Damien Allen, and a new coaching team, and hopefully they can sort of be a little bit more aligned on that front. But yeah, I know you were saying confirmed transfers, so I'm going to shut up about what I was about to say. Yeah.
No, say it. Say it. We know what it is. You say it.
All right, Abdul Malik. Ben mentioned him on the yellow board. No, Abdul Malik, who I saw.
Well, I mean, let's not throw it all out. Let's save that for
transfer rumours.
Let's move on to transfers brackets rumours as part of it then. Because the names that get
things out, do we? So we could have been. Anyway, you said confirmed. Let's spin the wheel.
Well, I accidentally deleted transfers brackets rumoured off the wheel, so let's just pretend the wheels spun and
the wheel has spun, and now Abdul Malik is rumoured, according to Ben Walker on Yellow Board. And yeah, I mean, I did notice him in the National League final and thought,
the one National League player I could name, I think.
Yeah. I couldn't have named
him.
I missed what Dave said then.
I thought he had Peterborough written all over him. It seems like a Peterborough type.
But I think they all do. I think we're finally doing what I said the day of the takeover we should do, is go for the Peterborough approach. It seems like we're finally, every single signing we've made looked like the most Peterborough signing ever. And I'm fully for that. I'd much rather spend 300 or 400 grand on a player from a level or two below than spend over $1 million on a player from our level who does not fit for whatever reason.
Because let's not forget, there's people going, "Oh, stop turning the taps off," blah blah blah. Like, you're forgetting who we've already got, and I'm going to use the phrase in the building. Like, it's not a big rebuild job we've got on our hands here. We finished third in the last 2 years, got to Wembley twice. All it needs is a couple of these additions and a fresh, pair of eyes on it to hopefully push to the next level.
That's why I don't understand this narrative that we're going to be mid-table.
No,
I don't. The squad hasn't been weakened at all from last season. if the new signings, I know it's an if, but if the new signings do hit the ground running and settle in and do turn out to be good signings, then there's no reason why we won't be up there. And I don't understand this thing that we're going to slip down the table. I think people need to realise that when we're in the National League, we could sign players from 2 leagues above because we could offer.
Yeah.
We can average championship players are on 15 to 20 grand a week.
Yeah.
If we're convincing them to drop down a level, then you're talking 20, 25 grand a week.
Yeah.
But not happening. Absolutely not happening. So,
speaking of championship level players, there was a picture doing the rounds yesterday of the squad who were at a nice day out at the courtyard as a friends and family event. And it appears on the photo that a certain Ben Osborne has snuck himself into this picture, having, 2-3 weeks ago being all but confirmed for Mansfield. It's gone quiet on that front. And now he's going to a friends and family thing. Has he come as a player or a friend? Who knows?
Is he Norwood plus one? Although I will caveat that by saying, as of this morning, I didn't go looking for this information.
I know exactly what you're saying.
This information was found by someone else, and if anything, it's proof that they should bring in mandatory fingering for everyone. Just so people stop finding things like this out. If they were out fingering, they would not be finding this information out. Ben Osborne, as of this morning, follows Lincoln City on Instagram.
Oh my God!
And
if that's the sort of thing you care about, fine.
Allegedly, you didn't follow them before. So
allegedly, you didn't follow them. Imagine knowing that. Imagine seeing that he followed them and then immediately going, "Well, he didn't follow them yesterday when I checked." Bring back fingering, Burnham. There's a comma there. There's a comma.
Commas are important. This is why.
Very important comma. Very important comma. Yeah, on the Osborne one, it's not. At the end of last season, I would have been very happy to go our separate ways based on what he was rumoured to be on at Derby. Obviously, after we left Derby, he was not on that. He was on 0.
Yes.
Right. We've had a comment saying, "See the latest county tweet." Can someone?
All right, I'm on it.
Dave's gonna beat you.
On Monday, join us in the county store on Monday between 3 and 4 for a player signing session. We'll reveal who's joining us tomorrow.
Ben Osborne. Is
Just the really annoying thing there is I am actually going to be at Edgeley Park at 2, so I'll be keeping an eye out for players arriving. I'll let you know.
They shouldn't do that. The last player to do this as a new signing was Hoskinen, so they shouldn't do this.
Right, what I'm going to do...
Ben Osborne will injure himself signing something and be out for his old contract.
Obviously, because Ben Osborne's super cool and all that, he's involved with a couple of bars and creative spaces and that sort of thing. What I will do, I'll message one of those bars on Instagram and be like, "Oh, I'd love to do an interview with you guys. Are you free, say, between 1 and 4 tomorrow afternoon?" And if he says, "No, I'm a bit busy, mate," I can be like, "Ha! Got it. Done. Sorted." Investigative journalism.
I mean, I could just let you know if I see anything down at Edgeley Park at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Get you the scoop, because that's an hour before 3. Looking at the new TV gantry because I'm important and got an email to say I can come and have a look at the new TV gantry. That's not even a joke. That's actually why I'm there.
I would have loved it if the email had said, "Your seat is now a restricted view seat."
I mean, basically, I think
we'll pick a new one.
Everybody on the back row of Yellowbuck has had this email to say that they can come down and look at the new TV gantry. My assumption is it's not. I believe it's going to be wider, but I don't think it's going to be descending any lower. So I don't think it's going to affect my view any more than it was already affected. I think the difference is now that it's safe standing, they basically, before when we stood up and the gantry was kind of restricting the view a little bit, we couldn't turn around and go, "Oh, I'm in a restricted view seat because of the TV gantry," because they'd be like, "Well, if you sit down, you can see under it." Now that you're actually expected to stand there, I think they're kind of trying to head off anybody turning around and going, "Oh, it's a restricted view seat. I want to move or get money off my season ticket." But yeah, I'm actually in a kind of sad, nerdy way, kind of looking forward to seeing it. I wonder if I'll get to go up there. I doubt it, but you never know.
Go up there and check it's all up to code.
Yeah. Check that the bolts aren't protruding too far and going to catch anybody's eye out. Anything like that?
Oh, I have that problem all the time.
It is wider.
Yeah.
I did the Stockport 10K last Sunday. Got to get that in there, PB. But
Very good.
the finish line was at the bottom of the Cheadle end, so we could see it in there.
Yeah. All right, Dave. You've already seen it. Fine, whatever.
It's all right. I won't tell you what it looks like.
Does it
There's,
look like a
there's somebody
TV
in the
country?
chat who's coming with some quite good intel here. Some people
Yeah, Richard Ilara, who
youth players being given a chance. Shea is away with Jamaica under 20s, and we've had an unreal scholar intake. He said Richard Lara might get a shot. It was meant to be off to Brighton around Christmas, but Stott has stepped in. Ollie Huddleston might have been off to Liverpool too, but stayed. That sounds really exciting.
Richard Ilara is the one I was most impressed by in the Floodlit Cup games last season. Despite the fact he was a central midfielder wearing number 5. But he impressed me that much that I got over that. Told my therapist about it like the next day, obviously. But
Yeah, he did. I was there.
Say therapist, the man I have a pint with. So we've done some rumoured incomings there, rumoured outgoings. Something that seems to happen every single summer is Blackburn get linked with a lot of League One players. Blackburn spent 600 grand on players last summer, and all of a sudden they're getting linked with both Fevrier and Sidibe, who will cost them probably over 2 million for the two of them, you would expect.
Yeah.
What? Can we just exclude Blackburn from all this talk? They were heavily involved in the Dave Challoner talk as well when he left.
Yeah,
that's true.
As well, and they just seem to be run on the cheap. I can't see. I mean, the Fevrier thing, I don't really. There seems to be this consensus that he's had a fantastic spell in the Championship. He did exactly what he does here. Had a couple of half-decent appearances off the bench, started games, did nothing, and then had a couple of half-decent games. That's been it. Yeah. I can see why. I mean, it is likely, based on his skill set, based on the fact he likes to run at players, he likes to try and create something. That is the sort of impact sub that a Championship team will go for, and he is still 23.
Yeah.
But this narrative of him having had a fantastic loan spell and having proven himself in the Championship is just very odd. Sidibe, I could completely understand if he went, because he's been in full-time football 2 years. He's 28, so should be coming to his peak now. He's got an agent who's notorious for this sort of thing anyway. I mean, he was getting touted around before the playoff final had even finished.
Yeah.
The stuff online about him.
Yeah.
That's just what's going to happen. Would not begrudge him a move.
Do you think he's got the same agent as Milanic Ali, who's got another move?
Mad, isn't it?
I can't remember where he's gone.
Charlton. Has that actually been
Charlton.
confirmed now? I'd seen it was sort of rumoured, but it was rumoured.
Yeah, he's gone to Charlton, which is probably curtains for
transfer window.
Nice signing on fee, nice agent bonus. I don't think they do have the same agent because Sidibe's one is particularly notorious, but they sort of work in the same way, I guess. But yeah, I think I can't see Sidibe going to Blackburn, but I could see Fevrier going to Blackburn.
Yes,
that's sort of my thought on it.
I still think there'll be other. There's talk of Pye to Swansea at the moment, which does seem quite significant because, despite the fact he's been highly rated for 3-4 years now since he's been in the first team, nothing concrete seems to. I know that there was the talk of West Brom that seemed to have something in it, and then they were sort of priced out of it. But other than that, there's been very little. So you get the sense that if this Swansea stuff's out there. Still no sign of him signing a new contract either. No. When there's been one on the table over 6 months now. You kind of get the sense that maybe there is something in this Swansea one this time. But I think we will have some surprising departures. If you look at how Cat finally, I've only waited like an hour. There's a sense that there will be departures that people don't expect. People will have opportunities to if you want to lose your head as a grown man about some county stuff, don't throw all your eggs in the taps are being turned off basket, because players will probably leave in this window that will cause people to think, oh my God, the sky's falling in. Like, Kyle Wotton has a year left on his contract, and he's at an age where he will want one last big deal that, based on the last couple of years, we probably won't be willing to offer. Lewis Bate, year left on his contract.
Have we
And
not
then
got
you've
an
got the
option with
fringe
Lewis Bate?
I
thought we had an option. I could be wrong, but I thought we
possibly.
had an option.
But I mean, he was quite sought after, wasn't he, when we signed him? So
yeah,
it might
it
have been
was.
the fact that we couldn't really leverage it to get that in there. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm already at the point where less than a fortnight from the season starting, and I'm sort of already getting to the point where I wish, if we were going to be selling players, I wish it had been done already.
Yeah.
I don't like another reason why I just hate the whole August transfer window thing. Just have it at the end of July, and then right, that's it now. This whole
So once the season starts, that's it. No more transfers.
Oh well, you've got you need the first month to see like who you want to keep and who you want to give. No, that's what pre-season is for.
Yeah, the lineup in the Carabao Cup game will be telling, because anyone who plays will become cup tied.
Yes.
So yeah, if
then again,
big names not playing,
that hasn't stopped us playing players that have then, like, what was it, Barry? There was the whole thing of, we won't be allowed to play him in the FA Cup because he'll get cup tied, and then they won't be able to move him elsewhere in January, and then he played for us anyway or something. Yeah. Or did he not play in the end? I can't remember. But yeah,
and there's also. Yeah. I mean, with it being earlier this year, the Carabao Cup as well, the types of teams we'll most likely be selling players to, in all likelihood, they'll probably be out of that cup by the time the window closes anyway. Because I think you've got two rounds in August, so that changes it. There'll be our apparent number one won't be playing, of course, because he'll be away with City.
His parent club.
His parent club, which is a bit annoying.
Bonkers, but there we go. Then again, would he have played in that game anyway? Like, or would we be playing Wogan as the cup keeper? If we are trying to blood Wogan quickly to have him as our number one next season, there's a chance he was always going to be playing in that game.
He's got a dislocated collarbone, hasn't he?
Oh, is that what he's done?
No one seems to know.
Right.
I mean, if there's a dislocation to the shoulder or collarbone, then you're talking at least 2 months.
At least, yeah.
See, I never knew you could dislocate your collarbone until Wogan apparently did it.
No, well, when I broke my collarbone, the teacher at school said, hopefully it's just dislocated and they'll pop it back in. I was like, I hope it's broken!
Apparently that's one of the most painful bones to break, Nick.
Horrible.
Yeah. And you can't put a cast or anything on it. It's just going to kind of float there.
Just in a sling, and it was my right arm as well. So that's the hand I use to do stuff. When I say do stuff, I just mean that's my hand. I'm right-handed.
You know what you meant.
We know exactly what you mean, Nick. Don't worry.
Get your minds out the gutter.
Nobody's making any aspersions, casting any aspersions on what you could possibly have meant by that's the hand you do stuff with.
Good, thank you. Good, we'll move on from that. Well, before we go then, one more topic on the wheel. I don't even know why it's spinning. Pre-season! Now, I put it to you, Dave. I would have all pre-season behind closed doors. Apart from testimonials and anything charity related. Fair enough. Any sort of benefit games, that sort of thing. Yeah, get a crowd in to make some money. I've been so scarred. I've been scarred by Abdoulaye Belbaghi. Yeah. He had a good pre-season, which led to 6 months of we'll be all right when Baggy's back from injury. And spoiler alert, we were not all right when Baggy came back from injury. So there's that. The constant writing off of players based on pre-season. To be fair, often they have been right, but not because of the pre-season performance. They've just turned out to not be good enough. But I cannot be doing with it. I really can't be doing with the whole just reading too much into it, reading stuff into lineups as well. It's can't be
anyway. So I think we are pretty much doing that, apart from Oldham and then Preston. Pretty much done our pre-season behind closed doors.
It's interesting that we seem to, because previously when we've had friendlies at Carrington, there's been a full match report with lineups on the website. So that was when Dave Challoner was in charge, who famously would not allow us to film when we played at Fylde. Away teams weren't allowed to film.
Was that
highlights and
Challoner
that was apparently a
decided
Challoner thing?
I thought
Apparently
that come
so,
from their owner rather than Challoner, but I don't.
No, I know. I seem to remember it being mentioned on commentary at the time that it was a Dave Challoner decision. It might have been a joint thing or either, but yeah, and then, but he didn't sort of bring that in with the behind. But this year we seem to have gone back to it's just a short tweet from Sam Byrne, just saying, "Oh, this is what the score was."
Yeah,
I'm all
these
for
players
it.
scored. Yeah, Ethan Pye scored. Add an extra 50 grand to his thing.
It's like Football Manager when you sim the games. I don't know why anyone would do that.
Cummins was an unused sub.
I mean,
apparently.
I admit I
Patron
was in pre-season friendlies. I'm like Challoner in Football Manager. I don't like pre-season friendlies. I'd rather just get to the games that count. You know.
Yeah.
That's
same.
my Football Manager approach.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Same,
Here's a talking point. Do you think it's better as a squad for fitness, for injury risk, to play more friendlies or less friendlies? Because I was of the opinion last year, with no medical background whatsoever, but it crossed my mind when we got a load of injuries early in the season. Is that because we've not played many friendlies? Then obviously, if you play lots of friendlies, you run the risk of getting injured there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, based on last. See, didn't Dave Challoner actually say last year that he doesn't like? I think it was at the forum. He said he doesn't like.
Yeah.
But this was the man who'd do a full 11-11 in training the day before.
Apparently
contact
so.
11-11 the day before a game. So surely there's some. I think that's for all the talk of a fresh start and new energy and a vibe reset. Let's call it. For all the talk of that, I think that's what I'm most excited for, just to see what the injury situation is going to be, because that's what Sam Burns said to us when we had him on after Wembley. Was we'd see if Dave Challoner did leave, then we'd see next season what if the injury issue was something he was doing. You know,
we got our annual Pinatar injury, so.
Yeah, well, when we get to mid-August and we're scrabbling around for loan signings, then we'll know the answer, won't we?
Yeah. As three, just moving on really a lot, as three Odin Bailey fans in the room, can we all just share how beautifully ironic it is that he's beat us to the championship when everyone calls it out?
That's very true. I hope he does well there. Like, I think he has the potential.
Absolutely dead right. I hope he pushes it.
I think because obviously we did the whole announcement. He's not even been offered a contract. We've just released him. There's competing theories. One is that he told the club the sort of money that he was being offered. I think that if we didn't have so many contracted players from last season, I think we would have at least offered him something and gone, it's not as much as you've been offered in the championship, but what do you think? We know you're happy here and everything else. Whereas I think because we still have players on long contracts, on probably more than Odin Bailey was on, who we might maybe want to try and move on. I just think we only released Odin Bailey, Callum Connolly, Ben
Metcalf,
retired,
and Ben retired.
Metcalf. Like, who else did we even have coming to the end of their contract? So I do think that has played a part in why we didn't offer him anything.
Back on loan in Jan.
I'd be all right with that.
I would.
Yeah.
Well, I think if he's said in December, January, like the sort of offers he's getting and what clubs he's getting. I mean, if I was a League One player, as soon as Portsmouth came in, I'd be interested. Because I mean, someone of Odin Bailey's age, he'll remember them winning the FA Cup and being in Europe and stuff like that. They're a big club for that level.
They're a bigger club than we are, certainly at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Fratton Park's not the biggest ground at that
There's one
level,
ground I really want to go to, though.
I really want to go to Fratton Park. I've walked past it. It's as close as I've got. But yeah, I think he has every chance of doing well. I don't think he'd have had Portsmouth on his radar in December or January, though. I think that's very much something that's sort of come about towards the end of the season with how well he kicked on in the second half of the season. I think in January we weren't offering him anything because we were probably looking to release him at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd have had anybody beating down his door in January, but with the run in that he had, with the impact that he had on us in the second half of last season, I think that's when the likes of Portsmouth came knocking. Wouldn't surprise me if Blackburn had a sniff as well. But yeah, I hope he does well there. I like him and I miss him, and I'm sad that we did let him go.
But just one last reference to that awful song. I need my football songs to be fully accurate. No, we're not the greatest team. By far, the greatest team the world has ever seen.
My scarf
sorry
from
to
my
say it.
dad, and my dad wasn't a County fan.
No, I had to buy a new one because I've lost several. So what do you want me to do, people? Right, that just about
And
wraps
we're
it
not
up.
barming off our fucking heads either. That's another one.
Speak for yourself.
No.
Especially the
No.
people who sing that,
Oh.
who I see sing that, they're not barming off their heads.
Quick question, if people don't step up and attend the Ben Hinchliffe testimonial, can we finally drop this whole thing of, our fans are the best? Oh, brilliant, our lot. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm really disappointed that that's where you went with that sentence and not ritual executions. Like,
I'll save that for
I
next
saw a
week.
video today, Annie Ben, pretty much begging people to buy tickets.
really?
I can't believe we're even talking about it. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
It should be. Has
I'm
anyone got a
going.
spare ticket? Not.
I'm
Go and buy a
going. My
bloody
missus
ticket.
is going. We're real. We're real.
And it's your only chance. If pre-season friendlies are your thing, if you're that sort of deviant who's going to read something into friendlies, then it's the current team playing. It's your one chance to see them in non-competitive action.
Or Boundary Park, which, to be fair, I did consider doing because I've never been, but thought
He won't be playing there, will he?
no, he won't. But yeah.
So that's
Is
it.
there- is
Put
there-
yourself down there.
Is there a question of the League Cup round one is £10? Ben's testimonial is £15. Look, we know where the money's going, so that's not an issue for me.
But we're not selling
Is that
tickets for
honest?
League Cup game either. Like they've announced the upper tiers not even opening for that one. Like, which I
Yeah,
can't
true.
wait for there to be a rush on the ticketing on the last day, and they'll have to panic open it again like they did for that FA Cup game. Like
Yeah, that's brilliant, that.
I obviously disagree with the closing of the pop side. That's been done to death. I think closing the upper tier makes zero sense. Like, I can at least even though I don't think it'll save as much as is being led to believe it'll save closing the pop side. Closing upper tier 1, what's that going to save? You still have to steward it. You've still got all the same amount of bars and concourses open. You still got the same amount of ticket booth staff. Like, what's the point in closing the upper tier? Oh, we'll bring everybody down closer. It'll be a better atmosphere. No, it won't. That's not how it works. Like, it'll look better on the TV. Who cares?
But the thing is, I'd say the vast majority, I'd say about 75% of the people who do podcasts and content related to county sit in the upper tier. So I think it's a concerted effort to silence people who have opinions and microphones. That's what I think it is. I think they don't want us happy. And joke's on them, because I never am. So
yeah. I can't
Yeah.
make that joke anymore. I'm
Apart from
happy at the moment. It's
potential,
weird.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it?
They might want potential insider jobs, holding microphones and talking about county.
And that they all sit in the main stand and the
That they've
lower
set up
tier.
as a new lovely project.
Who's that? What's that?
Oh, nothing then. Nothing.
I'm lost. I'm fully mentally checked out. I'm still thinking about Norwood wearing number 10. It's really,
I'm
really
still
affecting
thinking
me.
about Jaden Fevrier wearing 77, and that would offend me more than.
Oh,
Ollie
that would be
Wallace wearing
diabolical.
10.
Come on, Blackburn, step up. For the love of God. No, I'm absolutely not ready for that. Right, let's go. Some of us have got things to do. We will be back next Sunday, where we'll have a reaction to a packed house for Ben Hinchcliffe's test. A Dave Philbin influenced packed house. But Ben Hinchcliffe will be doing another video next week, thanking you, Dave. And
I'll just say, no, Ben, thank you. Thank you.
Can we just cut the stuff we said about his shirt from the podcast?
No, because I said I'll buy one still. Because it's Ben's.
I'm making a donation to the charity, so
there you go. You see,
to replace my lack of buying a shirt. So yeah,
so woke. God, why don't you bloody go to Number 10 North and whoop and cheer and sing the Smiths? God Almighty! Right,
the
Dave.
Smiths aren't woke anymore. Have you seen Morris?
Well, yeah, but Johnny Marr's super woke. One of them's dead, which is pretty woke. I mean, he died rather than associate with Morrissey, so that's pretty damn woke. So I'd say the Smiths are woker than they've ever been, and you can take that word to the bank. Dave, say goodbye to all the nice people.
Goodbye, all you nice people.
Will, you say goodbye to the horrible people who aren't going to Ben Hinchcliffe's testimonial despite having nothing else on.
Good riddance to all of you.
Bye, everyone. Love you.
Bye.